And today is a little bit of a point of contention for me lately. I'm sure that for the people that have been visiting social media, as Facebook continues to turn more and more into the dumpster fire we're familiar with Twitter, not everybody. I have quite a few friends on there that actually have meaningful and desirable conversations trying to create a more uh, accommodating outcome. There's still plenty of people that have this different perspective on things where they have the if I don't agree with you, or if you don't agree with my position, then delete me, block me. Seeing a lot of that right now. You know, titled this particular episode as adulting, to adult or not to adult. It's not very mature to tell people that just because I don't agree, or if you don't agree, therefore you should delete or block me. If you have so much stress in your life currently that you are not able to tolerate a conversation that is opposing your view, it might be a good idea to seek a counselor. It's beginning stages of something, I'm sure. If it continues to go unchecked, there's a pretty good chance you might end up developing, into something that'd be a downward spiral. Cognitive dissonance is a common thing. It's not necessarily uncommon. It's uncomfortable whenever somebody presents some sort of information to you that you're not necessarily accustomed to, or that makes you feel uncomfortable because of the information conflicts with a particular view you have. It's not going to kill you to hear out the other person's view, but I am seeing a lot of these statements, which is, this is my position. If you don't agree with it, delete me. Or if you support X, Y, and Z, then we can't be friends. Is that a mature position, or does it sound like somebody who's still developing or grasping or grappling with their own growth? I would definitely just suggest it's time to potentially open up a little bit more. If you're that drawn out, you don't have that much, you're unable to really stabilize your stress, might be a good idea to just seek out a counselor. Get off social media, turn off the news, something like that, because right now we're creating more tribalism than I've ever seen in my life. I'm 40 now. I've never seen this degree of tribalism. Now, of course, we also didn't have social media in the beginning. We didn't really have a lot of those things. Earlier on, the 80s and the 90s, we had more of, you still gave letters, chain letters, stuff like that to people. You still played the little pop-up game. We didn't have it where now we have like TikTok and these roulette games and stuff that people do online. Chat roulette, if that's even a thing anymore. But, it's a demonstration of maturity to be able to actually talk to somebody that has an opposing viewpoint and not make him an enemy. If somebody's trying to physically harm you, that's one thing. But if they're ideologically harming you just simply because of their beliefs, you may be trying to live inside of a safe space that safe space doesn't suit your abilities to be flexible and pivot, to be able to stay in a conversation with people whenever it doesn't go the direction you want it to. I can easily sit and listen to somebody talk about, their perspectives on their particular candidate, their political candidate. I get whenever the politics, it's an election year, specifically a big election year like a presidency. People do get a bit heated and they get exhausted by this constant bombardment of the information that's coming in, not just from the campaigns, but now people are so tied in on social media that they're trying to create a lot of ideology bubbles. You either believe me or you don't, and then you can create this false sense of worth in your ideas. You can bolster your position, create enemies where they're not. You're making yourself less functional as an adult when you do that. I've opposed the position of safe spaces as we see them commonly, especially specifically in what they've created in colleges. I understand, the intention at its initial stage, which was to bring the more passive individuals out and give them a place share their ideas in such a way that they could really fully express their idea before it was hit with some sort of, opposition. But it's gotten to the point now that if you don't share the same idea, you're out. You don't have a platform, you have no place to speak. And I'm seeing that again now on social media. It's got to this place. I don't agree with it. I really do prefer that we all create some way of communicating, whether we agree with each other's ideas or not. Try to come to the table of discussion and see if we can potentially open minds up. Not necessarily start off with the idea of changing a mind, but at least staying open, and hopefully that the other person with you is open. And bolster the opportunity for openness. We're going the other direction right now. Cancel culture is cancer in an economy. It's something that it's political correctness gone wild. Having opposing ideas isn't a bad thing. We can grow from that. We can travel down different corridors of other people's perspectives in such a way that you might see something that might change your life. But you really have to go there. What I'm seeing is the high degree of violence is on social media as well as manifesting on the streets. People are losing their lives because they don't agree. We've taken civil discourse and we've made it uncivil. Some of that is because we spend too much time on these social media platforms inside of our bubbles. It may be beneficial not to get rid of everybody. You'll find yourself on an island eventually. There's a hell of a lot of tribalism. My goal is to try to get the hell away from that as much as I can. Create as much open discourse as possible. And I mean by getting away from it is just get away from closing my own mind. Just because somebody doesn't agree with my perspectives doesn't mean I need to attack them in my mind before I attack them, online or in person. Prefer not. I am where I am now with the insights that I've had because people are open enough to share with me. But I'm seeing a lot more closed minds lately. Hate or love your particular candidate. But why do you hate or love the person? Why do you just create such a distance between yourself and other people because they don't share the same ideas? So we can either grow up or we can regress and become children again. Children with physical abilities to do a lot of harm. Let's not go there. All right, that's it. I'm not going forward today. Let's see, almost 8 minutes. Appreciate anybody who's checked into this. By all means, share this video with the person in your life that can benefit from it. I imagine simply because I'm not trying to jump on here and take sides other than the side of openness and the side of connecting. I'd imagine that there's going to be some people that disagree that may be prepared to try to attack me as well. I've had it happen already on multiple different postings, just simply because of offering opportunities for somebody to at least share their position. And then all of a sudden I'm labeled as an enemy and a pseudo-intellectual, one particular posting. And there was a lot of argument that took place on it, and it's sad because I didn't create the post and I had no intention at any point in time throughout that particular post or any others to shut people down. I'd really like to hear opinions, perspectives. Perhaps we could grow together. So, all right, well, I'll see if I can get cleavage in the next one, or maybe a makeup tutorial, or pull some radical prank on somebody. Maybe I'll get more views. Mindy writes, by the way, I'll stop my thought there in its position and say it, Mindy writes about adulting sucks sometimes, but if you give it 100% and put good positivity out there, eventually blessings will come your way. Just have to rely on your faith and what you believe in your heart to be good. There's a little bit more to it. See if I can get it. Good in the world. Yeah. Be Gandhi. Be the person that you want to see the difference in the world. That's exactly what I'm doing. I do the same thing in my dating life. I be the person that I would prefer to date versus waiting for that person to come and show up and save me. Same thing in social circles. I be the person in the room that I'd like to interact with. I be the person at work that I'd like to do business with. I be the person in my friends that I would like to be friends with. I be the person that I want to see in the world. Now, I'll go on and be the enemy for other people, apparently. So with that, it is what it is, and I hope that we could all come together at some point in time. try to watch out for your safe spaces. You'll be surprised what you get out of it. As they used to say, be careful what you wish for. All right. Well, with that, I'm Chad Everett Brochures. I am the host of Growing Up in the Wilds of Suburbia. Please do share this video with the person in your life you believe that this will help. Give some sort of insight. Also leave comments in the comment section. Go to my YouTube channel at Growing Up in the Wilds of Suburbia. Subscribe. Hit the notification button so you can get notifications when these go live. Also, you can hit the archive. I've got well over 100 videos at this point between the 2 different channels I have on YouTube. So with that, thanks so much for checking in, guys. Remember, we're all in this together. Let's create that world that we want to see. Let's also try to create a little less warfare and a lot more connection. So, all right, until next time, enjoy the rest of your day.